What's up, guys? It's Jay, more than half the kill, and I'm back here on Borderlands 2, and today we are back in Tiny Tina's DLC, and I'm gonna show you how to take a rock golem and level him up all the way to a level 72 rock god. God damn! Now these enemies are pretty much the Goliaths of Tiny Tina's Assault and Dragon Keep DLC. But instead of knocking off their mask or shooting them in the head to get them to level up, you need to drill out their stomach. Once you shoot their stomach out, they will transform into an unbound rock golem. Now your job at this point is pretty much just to stay on the outskirts and watch him beat up all the enemies that's around him. And every time that he gets a kill, he will level up. It's not like the Goliaths where the higher his level gets, the more enemies he needs to kill. Every single kill will level him up. So the easiest way to do this is to get a slag weapon. I like to use my ruby because once he gets really high up in the level, he will hit you every now and then, and he will take your health down very, very fast. And since he's really immune to a lot of the elements, you could pretty much just throw a Stormfront grenade at him, get your health back without really hurting him. Now, once he gets up in the level, you pretty much don't even have to help him. You just gotta make sure that you guide him to the enemies. And the best place to do this, I've found, is at the unassuming docks right at the start of the DLC. If you go all the way to where you need to go for Flame Rock Refuge, if you make a right, there is these shores right here. There's a few golems and there's a few skeletons out there. And there's a lot more skeletons if you keep traveling along the beach. So there are plenty of enemies out here to help him along to get him to level up. Now the different levels that he has is going to be from a rock golem to an unbound golem, the unbound golem to the reckless rock golem. The nasty rock golem is going to be his next transformation. Then he's going to be the imposing rock golem. And then it's going to take you all the way up to rock god. Now, I'm telling you this because there are a few levels like the nasty and imposing and rock where he will stay as the same name for 4 levels. So it basically takes him 4 more kills to get to the next named character. But this area right here is probably the easiest place to do it because there's a lot of little places like that cove over there, and also you have the gate in the back where you can pretty much kite him around and you can get out of there in case if things get really, really bad. Because trust me, fighting this guy, things get really, really out of hand really, really fast. Now, right here, as you can see, I'm watching him fight an Eternal Skeletor. Now, the problem with the Eternal Skeletor is they don't die if you don't pull the sword out of his back. So he can't actually level up against these Eternal Skeletors. He can knock them down, but the Eternal Skeletors, they will respawn, and they will respawn and gain a level each time they respawn. So you don't want to have one of those around at like level 70 and have a level 72 rock god. There's also a vote symbol right there. That is why I left this footage in pretty much longer than it really needed to be. I could have cut it down to show each of the actual leveling up, but you know what? I wanted to show you that vote symbol. I wanted to show you a little bit of the tactics I use, but it is very, very easy, very, very simple to do this. But like I said, once he's beaten these Eternal Skeletors, you're gonna want to get over there and get that sword out of his back. That way you don't have tons of high-level enemies just chilling around. Now, when you actually are going to be fighting this rock golem, you need to realize, like I said, he is resistant to most elements. He's resistant to shock. He's resistant to fire. I haven't tried any corrosion against him, but pretty much the best way to kill him is with a double penetrate unkempt herald. Go figure, I know. The double penetrate unkempt herald pretty much works on everything because there's really nothing in this game that's actually resistant to explosive unless the enemy is wearing a blast-proof shield, but that doesn't matter because the double penetrate and unkempt herald actually has enough damage to outdo that even with the resistance. So there he is. That is a level 72 rock god. And the reason that I cut there right there is because it took me about 3 tries to figure out exactly what this guy was weak to before I finally broke down and busted out the unkempt herald on him. Now, like I said, this is my favorite area to do it because there's a lot of skeletons and this area right here with that little archway, you can actually rope-a-dope him all around here, and he will get stuck on some of the environments. He will get a little bit, it's a little bit harder for him to traverse this area, so you have a little bit of advantage over here. So, like I said, my name is Jay, more than Afterkill. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you could throw a thumbs up on this video, I would highly appreciate it, because it gives me motivation to make more videos for you motherfuckers that are watching my motherfucking videos. And also, this is pretty cool shit right here. This is a pretty cool video. I haven't seen anybody else with a video like this. So, like I said, my name is Jay, more than Afterkill. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys later.